Hello, hello, hello. This is Tisha McDonald, Alternatives Beauty Studio.
And this is Tanika Gillar. I am naturally yours.
How are you today, Nikki?
I'm wonderful. You know why I'm wonderful? Because my client came in from Tennessee, got her hair done, loved it, doing well, and it's a great day. How about you?
Nice. Nice day, great weekend, awesome weekend. And that's going to get into our topic of today. This weekend has been one selling weekend. This weekend, I could not stop selling products. I don't know what happened this week that made it different for any other week, but this week was a high sales week for me. Mother's Day wasn't even as much of a sales week as today, as this weekend was. Started out yesterday, and I'm gonna put a post up later. But it started out yesterday and even into today. It was a high, selling. And I only did 3 clients today because today is Sunday and I only work half a day, 8 to 12 on Sunday. So let's talk about it, guys. So you guys ask us, how do we come up with products? How do we come up with ideas for products? How do we reject products? And that's what we're going to talk about today. So, Tanika, do you want to start?
Now, I wanted to know how important is it for you to have products in your salon or shop? Is it important to have? That's a question, as well. But I'll start. It doesn't matter. I'll start. No worries. So I think that having products is important to have in your shop. And, I just set up my area. And so I will put a video out as well because now I'm able to display my products. Before I didn't want to, or I didn't have the space to. Originally, I did have my products out, but now since I'm in a new space, I have them out again. I'm not fully set up, you guys. So when I show this video, y'all will see some of the products, but not all of them because I'm still setting up. But it's important. And for me, it started out with Cordell when he was little with his scrubs and his butters and his oils. Now the oils still are his number one seller, or I should say my number one seller. People constantly ask me about the oils. If y'all don't know, they're herbal infused oils. And I call them my I'm sorry I hurt your head oil because when I do the interlocking, my lock clients, I put it on and it's soothing. But then also like the butters and stuff I stopped doing because it was just a little bit too much. So you need to know what you can do, what's too much for you. And then with rainbows, of course, y'all know, I think that every product for me has a story or a line. And that's why it makes it special to me. So then with the rainbows and the barefoot sandals, the baby line, that does something on its own. And then just naturally yours, just the t-shirts that have sayings on it. Someone just left, Joelle Regal. She's a great supporter. Hey, Joelle, she saw I have a t-shirt still on a mannequin with the Fraganaga bull. And that was the clients that I need to get it t-shirt, make a t-shirt out of that. But then, I think that cross promoting, like you've been promoting Built for This. And that one just came to me one day. It's like, I was built for this. Like, you see the t-shirts with the muscles and stuff. I'm like, I was built for this, to be this special needs mom and with the struggles. But not only was I built for it, but Rain had to be built for it. And then other people, they have their own hardships and deals, things that they deal with. So they had to be built for whatever they have to endure as well. So we all are built for something. What were you built for? So I think that having a meaning behind, but anyway, tell me about your product line, Tisha. I'm sorry.
No. We're gonna pause.
Okay.
Wait a minute, Joelle got something to say. Thank you. Um, so, tell us the story behind Built for This, because it's the purple and the green, and people just assume because my colors are purple and green but that's not what it is. So, can you talk a little bit more about the story behind the rainbows and behind Built for This?
Okay, Rainbow started out. Tisha, your hair looks gorgeous. Oh, I love it. Wait, I'm starting to get a little jealous here. Anyway, Rainbows came about because Rain was born with Dandy Walker syndrome. I always tell people cerebral palsy, epilepsy, because that's what most are familiar with. And those are smaller diagnoses of what she has stemming from the main one, which is Dandy Walker syndrome. So the color for cerebral palsy is green and the color for epilepsy is purple. Therefore, we put those together. Usually if you have one, you have the other. That's where the purple and the green comes from. And Adrienne Merritt Booth is the one who created, I just said, I want the shirt to say built for this. And then she came up with the idea of the stacking, like built for this, because when I look at it, when she brought the demo shirt to me, I was like, I like that because and she brought me several different styles that she did. And I like that one the best because over the years, all the experiences that I've had has built me to get me to this point that I can now manage this. And even though we still got a long road ahead of us, I know that I'm built for this because everything up until this point has gotten me to what I needed to do for her. So that's the purple and green. But purple is domestic violence. So if you was built for that, to withstand it and come out of it good, you was built for that. So you could be built for almost anything. Rainbows is for my special needs community. And I really do appreciate the support from Alternatives Beauty Studios, the clients and the patrons there, my patrons here, and people everywhere.
Well, Nikki, let's stay with Built for this for a second. I'm sorry to harp on it, but I need 12 shirts.
Okay. Okay.
I need 12 shirts.
Adrienne is on it.
This was one selling week and I wore it. And there's no advertising like you advertising. So even though I wore the t-shirt last week, I got good responses. I got, I want that. But this week I wore it again and I got even more of a response because you are yourself. You are the sale. If they see you wear it, they want to know, where did you get it from? How did you? If like my clients, I was like, oh yes, thank you. My sister, oh, it goes with your hair. No, this is for my sister's line. It's for my niece, blah, blah, blah. And the story behind it and a portion of the proceeds go to, they are supportive behind the story. It's a story behind why I'm selling this or why I'm wearing this. It's not just for fashion.
Yes, and we're going to go into your product line and why it started and how it started and what was the inspiration behind your story about your line.
Okay. Are we doing that now?
We are right. And let me just say something on the Built for This. I don't have a Built for This t-shirt. I had some shirts, but the orders kept coming in that I ended up just giving my shirt. I sold my shirt to someone else. They needed that size. I said,
shirt off your back.
Okay, I pulled it off the mannequin and said, okay, I'm shipping it out. And so I have to add 13. I have to add one in for me. But I don't even have a Built for This t-shirt to represent, but I appreciate you representing. So tell us about your line, T.
So, my line. Oh, well, this started 11 years ago. Actually, it was at a Juneteenth celebration in the Poconos. I was the only salon out there doing hair. Now everybody has picked up on what I started. But some guys were walking by my table. Hey sis, do you sell the oils? Because like in New York City, you see the guys on the street selling the oil, selling the shea butter, I was like, no, I don't have that. But I'm gonna have it, by the time I see you next year, right? So that's how that got started because it was like, okay, you do natural hair, you do locks, we need an oil, so that's how it came to be. And my girl Renee, she'll probably catch this on the replay. I was like, Renee, I know she's a crafter. I was like, Renee, I need you to make me an oil. I forgot who introduced us, but they said, I know someone that can probably do that for you. And I'm sitting here trying to formulate and putting the essential oils and doing this. And I was like, look, I wasn't built for this. So let me find someone else who can do it. And Renee was the person. So I was taking her out of her comfort zone, stretching her limits. And she did the research and she was like, here, she gave me samples. This worked, that didn't work, at first. And then you have to know when you have your product line, when it comes to what do you want to use and what's not going to be used. So like the peppermint oil, for example, that was really good for Christmas time. Everybody's thinking mint, peppermint, chocolate mint, this mint, whatever. So we did that for a little bit. But then I was like, okay, but that's not a year-round seller. So you have to know what's your seasonal sellers as well. What stayed tried and true. My favorite has always been um, lemongrass. And from my mentor, Diane Bailey, she used to buy this product from Praises. I don't know that they're in business anymore. And they would make the little bottles of oil. And that was my favorite fragrance from them. So I knew I had to have a lemongrass when Renee made it, but it's a different lemongrass. And then another one that stayed tried and true for these 10, 11 years is lavender. Everybody loves lavender. Now, I'm not into the vanilla scents and all of this. Lemongrass and lavender, those are the two main staples. And then she made a special one. I don't even know what's in it. And it's the Alternatives Hair Mist. I know it's the top of the line is better than the other two because of the oils that she uses a little different um, than what she uses in the lavender and the lemongrass. But she won't even tell me what's in that formulation.
Love
So
it.
that's how I came up with the oils.
But you also had a makeup line at the time.
The makeup line came years later. The makeup line came because everybody still says, I love your makeup. And makeup is something, when it's prom time, wedding time, I'm doing it. I'm getting hired out to do it. So I was like, why not have a makeup line? And so that was something I enjoyed that. I took one of the girls with me, Angelia. She went with me into New York City, and we found a vendor for the makeup. And actually, this vendor makes because there's only three manufacturers. People make it seem like it's so many, but it's only really three. And we went into New York City. This one was making makeup for L'Oreal, Black Opal, and another line that you would know. But then if you wanted your own name to it, you would purchase, they have minimum orders or whatever, and you would purchase what you wanted. So you sat in the showroom, you pick what you wanted, you call a different company for the labeling, and the labeling would come from Chicago, the one that they recommended for me. Um, and so that's how you get your high scale or your lower scale. So I kept mine on the lower end because my colors are black and green. So I kept the black packaging. But if I wanted the silver, the silver color, then that would be a little higher, so it's all in what you chose to do. They would tell you how to market it. They would tell you how to the price points and stuff like that. So that was part of the makeup line and the makeup brand. And still to this day, people are asking me to bring the makeup back, but I've moved away from that. So you have to know what's going to work for you. Not everything is going to work at all times. That was me then because I was doing more prom, more wedding, more stuff like that. Now I'm mainly hair. I'm not makeup. So
I was going
that's
to ask
why.
you that. When should a person or when should a business know when to, say step away from something, that they thought was going to work, but really didn't work out in the end? I know for me, I said I'm not going to be making adult clothing anymore because that's not my market. My market are the children, and granted, it's the adults that's buying the products, but the products that you buy should be for the baby. Like Rainbow started as a baby line, and that's where I have to take it back to the baby line, whether it's the winter time, like you was talking about seasonal. The winter line would be the blankets and the booties like that. And in the summertime, she got her Rain's rompers, and she has her crop tops
I like
and
that.
things
Rain's
like that.
rompers.
Yes, and her barefoot sandals for the summer, so I think that sometimes you can overwhelm yourself and then you just have to say, I have to step away from that. And also with Cordell's line, like I said, we did the butters and stuff like that, but we stepped away from that. The oils are the tried and the true. People still ask about those oils. I just make enough, to do for my clients, but the clients are asking that there's the demand for it to come back to the shelf. And I was just joking with Kathy that I just didn't feel like doing the labels because you got to put all the ingredients. But I think once you get the one label down, you just make a reprint of the label. So there's really no excuse because everything that's in the oils is natural. It's just herbs that they just sit in the herbs, the oil does. So anyway, I think you have to know when you need to backtrack.
Guys, you are watching Twin This. We are talking about, Nikki, is that feedback on your end? No, my end?
Mhm.
I don't know. We are talking about products and when should you introduce products? How do we come up with the products that we're going to use? When are we going to discontinue products? Even the major labels discontinue some of their products. Some things that you saw 10 years ago, they're not making that today because either it's past this time or they're over it now or something new has come along. So wait, Joelle says, okay, it's all about trial and error and
You
being
know
willing to
what?
adjust when you need to. What you say, Nikki?
Joelle, I need to ask her something, but I have to ask her off the camera because I believe she got something going on as well, and I didn't get to ask her when I saw her not too long ago. But anyway, yes, no one went to scale back, fall back, and just focus on what your intended purpose was. And one thing that I liked about Candy Burst, she's everywhere. And she said, your kids should inspire you to have another stream of income. They should inspire your line. So she has a restaurant, I think, named after her daughter, Blaze. Yes, she does have Blaze is the name of the restaurant that she named after her new baby. And then Ace has his clothing line, and he's a model as well. So, and then she has her eldest daughter. But, she said, your child should inspire you to do another line. And my kids, you already know, with Cordell and Rain, and then naturally yours, of course.
Right. So I don't know who's seen, but I'm going to be reposting. I'm probably going to be reposting all week. My whip line. That seems like this is going to be a new line that's going to really take off. Clients are loving it. I was testing it this weekend. Everybody who's touched it loves it. And it's all natural butters. It's uh, shea butter. It's mango butter. It's the truth. I'm telling you, it's the real deal. And yeah, so
Yay.
that's going to be, without, since you mentioned the names, I'll just go ahead and tell you it's going to be Ray's name on there. That's all I'm going
Okay.
to
All
say.
right.
That's all
All
I'm going to
right.
say.
All right.
Yeah, and she's talking about is she going to get a cut? I said you're not doing the work. But anyway, makeup discontinued because that was not my focus. And every season the lines change, so they come up with a new. And I didn't have time to be back and forth to New York City to look at the new line, to feel the new product, because truth, truth be told, in that makeup room, because I'm an esthetician, they also sold skincare products. But now, look, I'm not a full scale salon like that where I'm selling skincare, makeup. No, I focus on natural hair care, so that's why I stopped that. But I also always use that line though for every hair show. So for every hair show, you would see my table full of the makeup line.
Now, T, we always talk about continuing education, and you just finished up a different course. So that would be a whole nother line, wouldn't you say? All
That is
right.
another line.
So if y'all didn't catch that earlier last week, Tisha let us know. And she put up a post on what she's working on next, you guys. So y'all keep up with Twinness and see what's going on over here, because Tisha's a busy little something, I tell you. And so she's always up in the game in the hair industry. So we want to keep up with that. And that's adding another stream of income and adding something new to her line. So I think that sometimes you have to keep up with the trends. And know what your next level is going to be. So that's important to do and to know when you're talking about adding products. Now, y'all know I'm a t-shirt girl. So, we have the Lock Girls Rock. That was like a big seller. And so that's coming back out for the summer. And what else we have? We have rainbows, of course, rainbows t-shirts. And so we just have different things going on for the summer. And I think you just switch it up during the season. So.
Now, the second product that we were working on, I don't know why I'm getting feedback. The second product we were working on is because we were on Twinness and clients need something for psoriasis and eczema. And I told you we were going to be working on that. So I was testing those products yesterday as well. And so that's still in the testing phase. And I'm excited about that because as soon as I said it, my girl Renee was on it and she's on it. And so we're just working on tweaking the formula to that. But again, everything that's in there is just like top notch, is like top notch. So I am grateful. And then that's the thing. When you're testing a product, you have to know who you're working with. Yes, I may pay more for her to develop the product, but I'm remembering that it's homegrown, it's home based. It's not a big box store that I'm going to, a big chemist to, that I can get it done cheaper. No, I am supporting Black business because she is a business and she's a smaller on a more smaller scale. But you have to have a good partnership and you have to have a good trust. Because I trust her to make these products and that what she's doing, she's using the best. So and then we have our meetings. So that's important that you know who your retailer is or your product developer is, that you have a rapport with them because we've been working together for 10 years. I can just tell her this is what I need and she's going to work on it. And there's a trust factor there.
I said the same thing with Adrienne. She does my t-shirts for me. And I know the Irene, the ribbon line. Oh, the ribbon line. It has like a glitter. It has for cerebral palsy, epilepsy, autism, different type of ribbons for each disability. And it has sparkle in it. And so I could easily go onto a site and just put that on a t-shirt and have them mass ordered out. But I'm dealing with a small business owner as well, and I do appreciate her. I'll just tell her what I need, and then she'll come up with a concept, and it works together. And so supporting that small business, another Black-owned business, another woman, and so it's just like, just tell me what you need to order, and I'm going to work that out for you.
And then you were mentioning, like in my salon with COVID, I did take out my display case because in the beginning of COVID, they were saying like we couldn't have retail because they didn't want people touching. So they made us get rid of. So now I brought my retail space home, but now I'm debating if I want to bring it back to the salon and start stacking the shelves with these items now because they are selling and I have to always go to my back room to get the product to bring, wherein if people could just touch and feel and see, like at Bed Bath & Beyond, you have the testers. And then that would be great. So, to bring that back. So that's my debate right now.
That's where I am with the shop with Rainbow's crop tops. I'm going to have to individually wrap each one. And so that's taken up some time because I don't want the dust in the hair, and stuff like that, the particles getting in her stuff. So it takes a little bit of work and some creative ingenuity, I think, to make it, presentable, but
So guys, we're talking about products. When do you know when to make products, when to discontinue products? Should you have products? I went to Paul Mitchell School. He's big on selling. So yes, you should always have your products on hand, at hand. Even the gel, I don't make the gel, but I sell the gel. And actually I have Ravi's number on speed dial in my phone. I need to call him now and say I need some more. But I had a client walk in just to buy the gel this weekend. And then everybody else that came in specifically for the oils. And
let me cut you off, T.
Yep.
Because everything doesn't have to be a hands-on product. It could be a digital product. Like we have books that's online. So you could purchase our books on twinlist.com or Amazon. And so that's a digital download. So everything doesn't have to.
In those books. Good information in those books.
Yes.
We went in on those books.
Yes, you could order. Tisha, you have a book that's online, don't you? An Amazon book?
I do.
Okay. What's the name of it?
That's an old book. Alternatives. What's your alternative?
Okay.
And it's about natural hair care because everybody talks about, the chemical side, but what's your alternative? And that would be the natural side.
You need to promote that. And then my book is Irene, and that's the life of a special needs mom. So, and you can download that on Amazon. So everything doesn't have to be a product that you touch. It can be a digital downloadable product. So.
Joelle, has what been selling well from home?
That's Joelle Regal joining us. She is an artist. She's a vocal artist. She's known throughout Birmingham, Alabama for her music. It's just a little different. It's eclectic type music, and Rain loves it. We love her music, and so we support Joelle Regal.
She's a beautiful model.
She is. She's one of my main models for Naturally Yours. Whenever we have a photo shoot, she's right there, Johnny on the spot. So, well, Joelle on the spot. How about I say it like that? So, but we don't have nothing coming up right now. And she has too much hair. I think I used her. That's another downloadable. I asked for the basic to advanced braiding courses. I did some basic courses. Y'all could download that. Um, you're welcome, Joelle. And she and her daughter were models because they have a lot of hair, and just learning how to maintain that hair and keep it good. And you could get that, you could download that at IamNaturallyYours.com. See there?
Let me clarify because no, Joel, I didn't start selling anything from home. I will not sell anything from home. I don't want nobody knowing where I live. But I was saying when COVID happened, they made us take our stuff off the shelves at the salon. So what I ended up doing was bringing my case home. I left the products at the salon. They're in the back room of the salon, but I ended up bringing the shelving space home. Um, but the products I still sell at the salon. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nope, not selling nothing from home. So, is there anything else that people wanted to know? They wanted to know how do we sell? Oh, okay, so like for example, someone asked me would I sell or create a product for edges? No, I'm not interested in smoothing down your edges. There's so much edge control and this like and stuff like that. I'm not interested in making an edge control. But I am interested for my clients that's getting braids to grease their scalp. That's what we called it back in the day. But to condition the scalp, to moisturize the scalp, I'm interested in that. But I'm not interested in slicking down the edges. There's enough product out there for edges.
Okay. Another thing that I do like is that you have the education to back up what you do. So you are an esthetician. You have that license separate from your cosmetology license, and I love that because then you say you have an in-depth knowledge, and I think that sometimes people really do appreciate that once they know that they're like, oh, we can guarantee what she says because she has an aesthetics license. So she would know what's the best products on your hair and your skin because she is licensed in that and she's been licensed in that. She's an examiner for different things, so I love that part, because people look at paper, people say it's not important, but they do look at the certifications at the end of the day.
My skin better look good.
Yeah, you can't have craters talking about this is the skincare product that I use and I like. And so I do appreciate that. I think that that's good too. Just for younger people coming up, because sometimes we just look at the one. Oh, I want to go to cosmetology school and get that. Okay, that's fine, but also specialize in something because that's where it all is in the specialty, and you can also splurge from there. Now I know that there is a local salon here that used to do makeup, but they don't do makeup anymore either. They just focus on hair now as well. So I guess it's a season for everything. And this is totally off, but I was a little disappointed because there's a fragrance that was sold at this brand, at this company that's well known. It was honeysuckle. And I love that honeysuckle. But like you said, it came to an end and they don't sell it anymore. So, and I only know about it by walking into a patient's room and her room smells so good. I was like, what is that? And they sold it for some years and now they said they don't sell it no more. So I guess
Well, you
all.
guys are watching Twitness. We want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for watching the replays. Joelle, thank you for staying tuned with us all afternoon. It's only 30 minutes, but I'm just saying thank you anyway. Nika, I'm excited about your t-shirts. I'm excited about your summer line coming for rainbows. I must say, pat on my back, I'm excited about the new products that's coming to alternatives. I'm excited for my clients to be getting those products. I am excited for the new things that I'm doing, the new journey that I'm taking, and that's about it. But when your customers talk, you gotta listen. So when you have a demand, you can't ignore the demand. You might get free advice here, free advice there, things that you're not interested in. But when you have a constant, like a little ball of, when are you going to do this? That means you have to do it. And knowing that I've had the oils for 10 years, okay, Tisha, now it's time to expand. Or I will say on one of my lives, oh, I don't wash my hair with shampoo. Now it's like, well, if you don't wash your hair with shampoo, what you washing it with? Can I have some of what you washing yours with? And we know that, well, I didn't say the shampoo bars that I do use on my hair, the first ingredient is apple cider vinegar. So, and a lot of people like the apple cider vinegar because it cleans your locks. And that's what people do, apple cider vinegar soaks and stuff like that with the baking soda or the apple cider vinegar with the paste. And I just use the apple cider vinegar shampoo bar, and that's what I use. And my locks are very, very clean. Um, and the bars last longer. However, I can't stack bars. I would have to give Tisha her bar, Tanika her bar, Joelle her bar, Renee her. That's the way it would have to be, and you would have to buy the bar. So unless you're buying a bar, I'm not just giving you a bar of soap.
Right.
So because at the end of the day, it costs me money to pay Renee to make these bars of
That's
soap.
right. That's right.
So if I have to pay, you're definitely gonna pay.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So even in nail school, when it first started, you had to have your own file, your own, nippers and all of this. But a lot of nail salons have gotten away with it, but away from it. But that's a sanitation issue. And I'm gonna just say right now, if you go into a nail salon and they're using the same file on you, you better say, "Can I have a new one, please?" Or bring your own. I'm just saying, bacteria from person to person, they're supposed to supply you with your own. That is the law. So, well, I can only
But
speak for New York.
thank you for letting us know that. Ah. All right, you guys. Thank you for joining Twin This. We will see you Wednesday night. This
We
is
hope you
Tanika.
learned a little something.
Yes, we hope you did. And we hope we inspired you to create a little something because we all got some type of creativity in us, something that
If
we
you could
like to
buy
do.
somebody else's product, why not make your own?
Mm,
If you could buy somebody else's, if I could buy somebody else's hair pomade, why can't I make my own?
that's
You
true.
know, and
Okay.
sell my own. If I'm selling your hair or your this or that, why can't I sell my own? You know, Joelle said, "You're welcome." It's been way too long since the last time. Okay. Ah,
Aw, thank you, Joelle.
aw.
All
Thank you,
right, you guys.
Joelle. Bye, guys. We will see you on Wednesday evening. And what time is that? 6 p.m. Eastern Standard, no, Central Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a good Sunday afternoon. That's it. Talk to you
That's
guys
it.
later.